Hi everyone, my name's Kathy. Welcome to my frugality channel, SKINT Living UK. I just wanted to say a big thank you to all my viewers, subscribers and people who always leave me lovely comments all the time. I'm lucky, I'm blessed, I have a lot of regular viewers and I always try my best to answer everybody and not with just a thumbs up. I try to make a proper comment and try to have a proper conversation with people. The reason I'm talking about it is that today my channel is 2 years old. Yay! I can't believe it. The time's just whizzed past. I've got 2,742 subscribers, which to me is amazing. Excuse me. I set up the channel because for multiple reasons, to be honest. One, to keep me sanity, because I cashed in my teacher's pension at 55. I'm 58 now. I'm 59 this coming spring. So rapidly approaching 60, dun, dun, dun. And it was a way of keeping myself busy every day. I put up lots of £1 or less meal short videos. You were only allowed to do 1 minute videos then, 1 minute or less. So I had to speak really, really quickly. I know as a Scouser, we tend to speak quickly anyway. So yeah, I did loads of £1 or less meal videos. There's about 150 of them, I think. Because I was worried about the cost of living crisis and people were struggling, and most of my life I've always been broke, or as us Brits say, skint, because I've had a few people ask me what does skint mean, but I can understand that because I can get lost in translation if you're not from the UK. And I just thought, what little I can do to help people, I will. And I've done a few food bank donations. Sometimes I record it, sometimes I don't. I feel awkward about it, to be honest, because I think when I'm recording, I feel like I'm blowing my own trumpet. I feel like I'm going, oh, look at me, aren't I good? So, yeah, it's a bit uncomfortable. Next week, I'm going to do another food bank donation. I'll record it. But like I said, it does feel a bit uncomfortable. Not because I'm in public and I'm recording. It's because... Oh, screen's gone off. It's because, yeah, like I said, I feel like I'm blowing my own trumpet. And it's not about that. I just want to help. A lady left a message. I think it might have been Jan. If it wasn't Jan, I apologise. She was saying to me she thinks some of the food bank donations goes back on the shelf by the supermarket. That's why they're happy to do it. So what I might do is, because I do for myself, when I put things in my pantry, I've got a permanent marker and I write the date on it in big writing, because I have reading glasses, so it's easy if I'm like in the cupboard and I'm grabbing a tin or a packet, I can see in big massive writing the date. So I might actually do that on the packets or tins that I put in the food bank as I'm putting it into the donation trolley, so that way they can't put it back on the shelf. So if you have any knowledge of that, I'd be really grateful if you could let me know, because I don't know if that's correct or not. But it just sounds like something that these greedy grabbing supermarkets would do, isn't it? They think, oh, extra profit, we can sell it twice, 3 times, 4 times. There's just no end to their greed. Talking of supermarket greed, I just wanted to talk about when you're on the till, when you go to the self-service tills and it's asking you for a donation to whatever charity. I don't donate, and there's multiple reasons for that, because millions of pounds are donated, which is good, but the supermarket brags about it. They say, oh, this year we've donated 20 million to such and such a charity, or we've donated 10 million to this other charity, and they haven't. It's been the customers that have donated it. But the main reason that they like people to donate is they cream off a fee off the top, and they claim the tax rebate on it. They get tax back on your donation. So it's just greedy for lots of ways. They're gaining free publicity, they're gaining lots of fees for nout, and these charities are basically losing out because they're claiming the tax back on it. So yeah, there's no end to supermarket greed, but I still think if you can afford a packet, a bag, a tin or a jar to donate to your local food bank when you're out shopping, please give them something, because there are literally millions of people living in poverty in the UK. Politicians, regardless of what party they are, as the saying goes, same dog, different collar, are just self-serving. They're greedy, they're happy to get kickbacks, they're happy to claim expenses, they're happy to look after themselves. My MP is useless. She never comes to the constituency, she never does anything for anybody in our constituency. She's just barely there. She's always in London, or she's travelling here, there and everywhere for publicity. She's claiming hundreds of thousands of pounds in expenses. She claims for every snack, every pen, every piece of paper, every train trip, every plane trip. And every time you see her, she gets fatter. So I just think MPs are there for themselves. Most of them, I know there are some that do care, but they are few and far between. I was always an advocate if you should vote to give yourself some sort of power, but I'm just at the point now where I think regardless of what party you vote for, they're all the same. They just want to stay on the gravy train, and they make out, I think, democracy is all smoke and mirrors, because the everything stays the same. They just tinker around the edges. Has there been more houses built? Yeah, but not much. What they call affordable housing, most people can't afford. It's not affordable. If they're saying, oh, this house is £180,000, for most people who are on low incomes or working in the gig economy, that's just might as well be £1 gazillion because they can't afford it. We've got 2 million pensioners in poverty. It's got a bit better now because more and more people are claiming pension credit. So if you're claiming your pension, I think it's before 2016, so you're on the old rate of pension, you are eligible for pension credit, and if you get that, it opens up a raft of other benefits like council tax reduction, housing benefit, winter fuel allowance and other things as well. So if you're on the old state pension, it's not a massive prize. You've earned that. You've paid your dues. You are entitled to that money. So go and get your pension credit if you think you're on the old rate of pension. I think at one point there was like 1 million pensioners who could have claimed it who weren't. I think that figures have gone down now because more have claimed it. I think there's been a couple 100,000 people who have claimed it, which is brilliant, getting themselves out of poverty. But there's also about 3.5 million children in poverty. I think about 800,000 of them was because of the 2-child cap, but that still means there's still 3 million children in the UK living in poverty, and we're one of the richest countries on this planet, so it's disgusting. And I think there's 8 million people claiming universal credit, and they are working. I think it's around 38%, 39% of people on universal credit are working. So it busts the myth saying that everybody's on benefits, sitting on the bums doing nothing, because a lot of them are working. And out of the 60% that aren't working, the vast majority of them have health issues because of the NHS being underfunded, understaffed. They can't access things like mental health people and things like that. Like me, for example, I'm waiting for my second operation on my hands for my arthritis. The first one took 19 months to do, and I'm still waiting again. It's just, it's just appalling. But that's just my hands. There's some people who are in dire need, and it's just not happening for them. So if someone's claiming benefits, please don't judge them. Don't think that they're just sitting there on the bums. It's not. It's because the wages are so low. Most wages that are paid in the UK are still at 2008 rates. After the financial collapse, people are still struggling and nothing much has happened. They're just paying pennies extra, while these big corporate greedy companies are creaming it in every direction. So please don't donate money when you're at the till in the supermarket, because all you're doing is aiding and abetting the likes of these horrible supermarkets, because they grab enough money off us as it is. If you want to donate to a charity, do it yourself. My latest one is, I don't know if you know, there's a channel called Elephant News. I know every year I look at an animal charity and a child charity, and my charity for this year is the elephant one, .org, www.savetheelephant.org, and they rescue elephants because there's elephants that have lost feet. They work in the logging industry and they've got broken legs. They're not fed. They're starved. They're dying of thirst. So every year I try to do an animal charity and a child charity. And the child charity I generally default to is Save the Children. So if you've got £1, 50p, they'll still take it off you. Help other people, because I think the way the world is at the moment, it's all about looking after yourself. But we also need to be helping our communities as much as we possibly can, and the wider world in general. So if you possibly can, please, I'm just going in circles now, I want you to go and give your local food bank a jar, a tin, a packet, anything that you can possibly give them, because there's too many people struggling. And again, thank you to everybody who's wrote lovely comments, give me thumbs up, and who's subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate it. Hope to see you soon, and bye for now.